Jumbo, fellow adventurers, happy Monday, the best of your life so far, and welcome to another spiritual tune-up. This one, like almost all of them lately, has been based on your questions. So if you have a question, please post it down below on Facebook or Instagram, and I will very likely use it as a talking point in the near future. Today's question is how to avoid self-sabotage. Oh, great question, and a really popular question in my experience traveling 20 years all over the world. Speaking of travel, do you like my new shirt? My Father's Day present. These are a bunch of little airplanes. We call them airplanes. We used to travel around the world on them, but since coronavirus, we don't ride on them anymore. So now I'm going to remember the good old days. Not that they were that good, and not that they're that old. By my new airplane shirt. Thanks, wife and daughter. So, how to avoid self-sabotage. Number one, and this is so critical and so often overlooked. We live on the plane of manifestation. What you think about, you bring about. What you speak, you own. And when somebody says, I want something, I don't have it, it's been a long time, I'm self-sabotaging. Maybe they weren't self-sabotaging. Maybe that night, the big shift in the stars was going to take place, and the next morning the phone call would ring and happy times forevermore. Maybe they were a breath away from that big dream coming true. But as soon as they say, I want it, don't have it, must be something wrong with me, must be self-sabotage, now there's self-sabotage. Now what was a sure thing for the next morning is written off. Can't have it. Because you claim self-sabotage. So before I give you my 5 tips on how to ensure you're not going off the rails, before I give you those tips, from now on, never assume self-sabotage. Okay? Because that alone will derail you. Okay? So just because you don't have what you want doesn't mean there's something wrong. And don't rely exclusively or even heavily on your physical senses to interpret your journey and whether or not you're making progress. Your physical senses are the biggest liars on earth when it comes to understanding what's going to happen next in these sacred jungles of time and space. Don't go there. They show you what you're manifesting in the moment. They have no bearing on what's coming in the hour. Zero. Yet, if you're like, oh man, this looks like yesterday, and yesterday it didn't happen, oh man, what's wrong with me? Nothing was wrong, but now you're claiming that you've got issues, you're sabotaging, and the universe is like, I heard that. I heard that the first 772 times. You will be self-sabotaging all day long. Actually, not really, but I'm going to make it look like you are appearing to self-sabotage, and then you will be. So, don't jump to conclusions. Don't use your physical senses alone. And now you're ready for my 5 tips to tweak the machinery. You want something, don't have it? Hey, it's probably going to show up tomorrow. But to make sure you're doing all you can with what you've got from where you are, here are some 5 things to visit and revisit from time to time on your different dreams without assuming you've got any of them wrong. Number 1. Are your end results, your desires, your dreams wisely stated? This is my playing the matrix material. You can have the nugget of it in 1 minute here. Do not have dreams that depend on any of the 3 points of the Bermuda Triangle of manifesting. Do not have dreams that depend on a specific person behaving a specific way. Do not have dreams that attach to unimportant details. All details are unimportant. And number 3, do not have dreams that are actually cursed hows. You dream of wealth and abundance. You don't know how you're going to get there. So you say, I'm going to write that book. And now you tell everybody your dream is to write that book when really it wasn't. It was wealth and abundance. You've got a cursed how, a how that you're attached to, excluding all other possibilities. So number 1, to tweak the machinery to make sure you're doing everything ideally, your end results need to be wisely stated, not in the Bermuda Triangle of manifesting. So no specific people behaving specific ways. No unimportant details. All details are unimportant. Don't attach to unimportant cursed hows. Don't attach to hows. That makes them cursed. Okay? Number 2. Okay, that was just one guideline. Just check Number 2 out of 5, do not give life's magic a timeline, a deadline. Never, never, never. Big, big mistake. That could be the point of a spiritual tune-up, maybe tomorrow. Ask me below if you want clarification on that. I know many of my peers will advocate, put a deadline to all of your dreams, and I will tell you, never do that. Never do that, okay? The rationale will come at a future tune-up. So don't put timelines on the magic. You can put it on yourself. I'll write a chapter of my new book a week or a month, but don't put it on the magic or when the final manifestation is supposed to happen. Thin ice might work, might blow up in your face. All right, so number 3, are you taking action? Consistent daily action. Even if you don't know how your dream's going to come true, you got to do something about it every day, okay? Or at least every other day. Okay, you got to be taking action, baby steps. Even if you don't know, do something, do anything. Go to the mall, do a Google search, print up your business cards, ask for a raise. Do something to the best of your humble ability. It'll seem like not enough. It'll always be enough. Number 4, diversify. Your dream ought to be stated in broad brush sweeping terms. Wealth and abundance, friends and laughter, rocking romance, creative fulfilling work. And then you want to try many pathways there, okay? This is creating multiple hows. Don't insist on one, you exclude all others. So, are you diversifying? You know, if you want to live in wealth and abundance, you ought to write the book. You ought to start the business. You ought to list the property. You ought to go back to school. You ought to do a lot of things that resonate with you. Diversify instead of picking one. And number 5, the last one, this is tricky. You will be served if all of your dream manifestation pursuits are driven by love, not fear. But let me clarify. Fear can be an awesome motivator, and fear can help you get it done. Fear works. Fear totally works. But it's not good for your physical system. It's no fun. And I highly recommend you move forward with love and a sense of adventure. I want to move into abundance and have infinite possibilities, lots of freedom, start a foundation, share the love, instead of I'm being motivated by I don't want to lose my house. I'm being motivated by how am I going to retire at this rate? I'm being motivated by, I don't want my partner to break up with me. I'm being motivated because I want to save face or prove a point. Or those all work, but they don't work as well as love and adventure. So those 5 ways to avoid self-sabotage: wise end results, no timelines, take action, diversify, and be love-inspired, adventure-inspired. Lots of love from Orlando, Florida. Glad you're here. Have an amazing Monday. Thanks for tuning in, Maria. Oh, good to see you again. Dana, David. Oh, David, brother from another mother. Happy. Nancy, glad you're all here. Adios, amigos.